Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancis. Friends, don't skip forward. There is no intro, ad, or outro today. It is just the forecast for 2024 and all of the new angel messages that are coming in on this New Year's Day. Friends, I've been channeling these messages all year long, and you can really kind of like astrology tune into the energies of the upcoming year. So in the past, I have channeled in different ways, and the angel said to just do this episode like I'm doing an episode for the collective podcast audience, just like a reading, right? So if you hear me kind of pause, it's because the angels want to show me certain things. They had me write down certain bullet points, but they might bring in a couple of new things as I'm speaking, just as they would in a session. If I was doing a session for you. So if I could name this year, 2024, what the angels would name it is take your power back. This is your year to take your power back. They are bringing you to this place of taking your power back through intuition that leads you to the feeling, the experience of abundance in all areas of your life. And so, what they're saying is the more that you take your power back, the more that you're going to experience this abundance. And it's not a taking back your power in a taking way that doesn't feel authentic and aligned and just soulful, right? It's very much an aligned stepping back into your soul self. And what the angels want you to know is two different things. So when I meditate every morning, they bring in messages, and I've been collecting these messages for 2024, actually over the last about 14, 16 months. And I just keep them in a little pile, all labeled 2024. But what I did was put together a printout that's available for you. So you do not have to take notes today. I've got a printable for you. If you go over to the website, theangelmedium.com, you sign up on the homepage with your email address, or if you even sign up for Angel Fest 2024, which is totally free 3-day conference, we're going to send you this printable so that it's really a checklist. And I do have like these check mark boxes next to each item that we're going to talk about today. That way, you can just print out this one sheet of paper, keep it by your bedside, like in a book by your bed, all of 2024, and just notice how you're checking things off as you flow through 2024. You're going to see by the end of this episode, there is just so much for you to step into clarity wise this year. And they're really, really excited for you to have this. So go grab that checklist by just signing up either for the Angel Fest or inserting your email address over at theangelmedium.com so that you have that. You can follow it all year long. The first thing that the angels want you to do is really, you're going to notice that more naturally, you're checking your frustrations at the door. So they showed me this image of, remember when we were toddlers ourselves, we went through it's not the terrible twos, right, mamas? It's the terrible threes. And when we look at kids at that age and they're in Target or wherever, and they want the toy or they want this or they want that, and you're like, no, we can't get that right now. And they just lay down on the floor, kicking and screaming. This is the visual that the angels gave me. And they said so often, us as individuals within our own lives, we don't see this bigger picture. And so we tell God, universe, source, all that is, I want this, I need this, I really want to go in this direction. And when it doesn't come fast enough or soon enough, we often find ourselves overwhelmed with this frustration sensation. And to the other side, sometimes they're like, we love you so much, all of humanity. We love every single individual human being. But sometimes to them, it kind of looks like us as adults when we have that frustration, like we're the kids in the middle of the aisle being like, I want this toy, I want it right now. And spirit's like, yeah, but if you just wait like a couple more months, this much, much bigger opportunity is going to be coming your way, and you're going to want that much more. So you're going to find yourself easing out of frustration and finding more peace, acceptance, surrender, and this very, very strong faith that I know I'm being supported. I know I'm being held by all that is. And it's going to be a sense or a feeling within you that's just naturally much, much stronger than you may have felt this in years past. So definitely look out for that. The second thing that your angels really want to take you into is abundance. And friends, I think it's easy just because of all of like the spiritual content that is out there, that when you think of abundance, your mind automatically goes to financial abundance. And yes, your angels mean that. But in addition to that, like financials aren't the only thing in life. There's the way that you're feeling within your body. There's your relationships with your partner, your friends, your family, your coworkers. There's just an abundance of time that you can tune into within your own life. There's an abundance of health. There's an abundance of just all these different facets and areas of your life. Strength is another one, right? So, anytime that I talk about abundance on this podcast, just know that when the angels talk about abundance with me, they're not strictly talking about one thing. They say that as a soul, we are perfectly healthy, happy, joyful, blissful, complete unconditional love. We have so many supportive relationships on the other side. We can't even fathom how perfect those relationships are. And I mean, when you do talk about financial resource, there is a limitless bank account that you have on the other side to create, and that wealth is abundant for all. So the angels say that in order to open you to abundance in all things, which is what they're trying to do this year, you must look more clearly and truthfully at your present challenges and decide what you want. The angels had me write down specifically, it's time to be intentional. It's time to be deliberate. So your angels are helping you all the time, right? Every single thing, whether you're conscious of it or subconscious of it, your angels are helping you with it. The thing that happens is when you're intentional and deliberate and you make a choice. Okay, I've got this challenge going on in my life. I've got this challenge going on in my life. This is really what I want of my own heart, of my own intention. This is the direction that I want to go. This is where I want to be in the future as I work towards it. When you make those calls in your life and you make those choices, what happens is the angelic resource that is available to you expands, right? So you always had angels working with you, but as soon as you make a decision, it's like you are hiring angels in heaven to work on your behalf, hiring your spirit team to work on your behalf to make this come to fruition within your life in order to help your soul evolve. So, what they want you to do, again, and I'm just going to go back to this, in order to get to a place where you are open to abundance in all facets and areas of your life, your angels say you must look clearly and truthfully at your present challenges and decide what you want. This is the time to be deliberate and intentional, heartfelt. Your angels can take the max degree of action for you. Bring in additional angels to help you as soon as you make the decision of where it is you want to go. Now, stay with me because there's another step to this. Your angels said specifically, they're very, very loud and clear. When they're very loud and clear, I tell my clients in sessions, please make extra note of this, highlight it, post it up somewhere, really abide by this because there's like announcing it with a megaphone, right? So this next step is this, they say, this is not the year to have 10 plus different goals you're working on. They said specifically 2024 is the year to have either 1, 2, or 3. 3 being the max number of goals you're looking to work towards, because you're going to see in 2024 there's a lot of moving pieces. You can't do everything in 2024 111%, but if you select 1, 2, or 3 things that you're like, I really want to focus on this, you're going to make those 3 things happen. And your angels just said, this is Archangel Shamuel and Michael. They just came in and said, tell them this has nothing to do with relationships. This has more to do with where you're at personally and what you want to take action to work towards. So take relationships in all aspects out of your 1, 2, or 3 goals, and know that relationships are separate. Okay. So again, this is not the year for 10 plus different goals. This is the year to be very intentional and choose 1, 2, or 3 goals you want to work towards. The angels came in and said, number 3 big thing that they want you to look at in 2024 is partnerships. They are really working to use partnerships as a vehicle within your life to expand your understanding of who you are as a soul and what your purpose is. So they want you to look for gifts and blessings coming to you in the form of partnerships. This could be somebody that you're collaborating on something with at work. This could be romantic partnerships. See where they said these couple of things are separate. This could be friendships. This could be so many different types of partnerships if you own your own business, really partnerships that come in. And not only are these partnerships expanding your understanding and clarity of your own life, these partnerships are really expanding you. So I want you to think of this. When I was growing up, I thought there was just infinity, right? One infinity. What could be bigger than infinity? But there's a Netflix documentary on this, and they talk about in it that there are actually infinite infinities. And as soon as I watched this Netflix show and heard this, the angels collectively came in and said, That's it. That's what people aren't seeing is the magnitude of what their soul is. And what people need to understand is that every soul is its own infinity. Now, if you look at our universe, right, like scientists say, it's constantly expanding out in every direction. Well, the angels say that the universe is constantly not only expanding outward into the great beyond of all that is, but that the universe is actually expanding inward, infinitely smaller and smaller and smaller as well. We might not understand all of that right now, but I think that we will. In the exact same way, your angels say that you are expanding as an infinite soul, as an infinity soul. So you are constantly, as a soul in this meat suit human body, expanding your energy and consciousness, both outward and inward. Okay. As you are expanding through these partnerships, I want you to look at 2024 as a year where you really need other human beings. Because the angels say you need them not only in partnerships, but you need them in community as well. Okay. So I'm going to give you another example here because the angels had me come in and write number 4, spiritual communities are needed in 2024 now more than ever. It's not an option. They had me write down if you need a free spiritual community, go over right now and join my free Facebook group. We've got thousands and thousands and thousands of members in there. It's called the Angels and Awakening Podcast Tribe. And when you join, you'll see a picture and it'll like talk about the podcast right at the top. What I need you to understand about community is that, how do I want to say this? Okay, because so the angels are showing me this a couple of different ways. I don't know if I'm going to say this just perfectly because they're kind of bringing it in a different way than they've shown it to me before, but let's just flow and vibe with the angels on this. So growing up, my mom used to always say, your life is like a pie. She's like, Julie, your life is like a pie. You know, your job isn't the entire pie. Your partnership, marriage is not the entire pie. Your children are not the entire pie. Your hobbies are not the entire pie. Everything gets its own slice. So your husband is a slice, your child is a slice, your coworkers are a slice, your work is a slice, your hobbies are a slice of this pie, and so on, right? Your health, all the things that you love, all the things that make you you. Well, when it comes to spiritual community, you could actually, the angels say, look at this pie and say, I need community in all different areas of my life. I need community. And what is that word? Would it be fellowship? Would it just be partnership? With my spouse. I need, fellowship and community with my coworkers. I need a spiritual outlet. Not everybody has this outlet where you can just talk about spiritual matters with other people. I've had so many people in the angel membership say, Julie, I'm so glad that this membership exists. And I'm so glad that I'm in this community because I started talking about this spiritual stuff over with my coworkers and they look at me like I've got two heads. And then I try and talk to my partner at home about it and he looks at me like I've got two heads. And I try and talk to so and so about it, my neighbor, and they look at me like I've got two heads. You need outlets and different forms of community in order to feel abundant in all areas of your life. One of the things that I don't know how comfortable I am sharing this, but my angels are like, just please do it. Like, share this. I'm like, okay, all right. Um, I was in a counseling session with one of my personal counselor this year. And she goes, Julie, I've got some input for you. And she goes, I don't like to do this all the time, but can I mirror to you something? And I go, sure. Yeah. Like I would love that. And she goes, you're trying to find community in all these different places, but nobody really understands your vision and what you're trying to do. And she said, you need to be around other creators and you need to be around other visionaries who are trying to do the exact same thing. So she said this to me maybe 8 or 9 months ago. And when something is truth to my soul, right? Because some things are black and white and some things are very much truth to some of us and not others. When I feel like something completely resonates and aligns with my soul, my angels come in and highlight something, circle it, and they're like jumping up and down to get my attention. Look at this. This is it. Julie, this is the message that we've been trying to communicate to you. So I couldn't get her voice out of my head after that counseling session. And they kept jumping up and down, my angels being like, this is what you need. This is what you need. So I ended up really working hard this year to develop friendships and working relationships with a lot of my peers within the community who are very much visionary, like heartfelt visionaries that are just creating from their heart and very intentional, loving people. And as I have really invested time in those friendships with those visionaries and creators, um, what has happened is something has shifted dramatically within me, where on a completely expanded other level, I feel seen, heard, and validated in a way that shows me new opportunities, new expanding parts of myself, new visions of where I want to go, new things that I want to create. Because here's what happens, folks. Have you ever heard somebody say to a medium or a psychic, can you please tell my loved one on the other side that I miss them or that I love them, that I'm so sorry about this, or I hope they're doing okay on the other side? And when that person says that, what they don't realize is that their loved one is not physically with the medium or psychic. That loved one, psychic medium, that loved one is only in the psychic medium or medium's energy when that client is present with the healer. Okay. And as soon as that client leaves, their loved ones go with them. So it's the same with partnerships, friendships, and communities. As soon as you are in community with other people, new information is constantly flowing in because it's not just you and another person sitting there, or you in a small group with other people, human beings. It's also everybody's spirit team that is there. And what happens for so many empaths is that they come into communities and partnerships, and there's just a constant, like, you open the floodgates to creativity within their mind because you've got all these spirit teams, angels, collaborators from the other side with us too, right? So when we come into community with one another, boom, this magic starts to occur. The floodgates open to abundance, creativity, ideas, and all of those things are just flowing more and more abundance, gifts, miracles, blessings your way. That's why the angels are saying, number 4 for 2024, spiritual communities are needed in 2024 now more than ever. It's not about just being with another person. It's about activating a specific energy that is for you when you are in the company of not only other people, but other people's angels, other people's guides, other people's loved ones who are all trying to weave together this beautiful puzzle tapestry from the other side in order to communicate messages to us here and us to enact all of this. So they said, and this is your angels, it's not an option. Like partnerships and communities, whatever it is that you need in your life this year, is not an option because it's how they're bringing and flowing abundance to you. Okay. I hope you're seeing this and feeling this. So, a couple of different things. If you need a free spiritual community to connect with other spiritual people, you need that this year. We have, if it resonates with you, you can look in the show notes. We've got my free Facebook group. It's called the Angels and Awakening Podcast Tribe. If you want to meet weekly with people in community on Zoom, some of the nicest people you have ever met in your entire life, that's what the angel membership is there for, right? To create a safe space in which we can all come together and our angel teams can come together as well. I also kind of want to let you in on a little secret. I got zero information up on the website. Zero information has come out about this, but the angels said to let you know, we are going to be doing a spiritual in-person retreat this year. So if you're not on my email list, go over to theangelmedium.com and either sign up for the free 3-day Angel Fest. We'll get you information there, or sign up on the homepage of my website and we'll get you information when it comes out in a couple of months on the in-person retreat. I'm really excited about that. But why are we doing a retreat in 2024? Because the angels say it's all about bringing you abundance through partnership, through community that brings angelic spirit team collaborations. Okay. All right, friends, this is going to seem like it ties into one that I talked about before, but the angels wanted you to know that old emotional scars are going to seem more removed and more distant, like it's in the past, because you're so far beyond them now. So when we first go through a trauma emotionally, it feels very fresh. We can get triggered over and over again. And there's so much that the angels say you specifically have worked through, and you're healed, right, from those pieces of you. And so they said, if those emotional scars, if you're like, oh, that doesn't hurt as bad as it used to, be proud of yourself. Like, you did it. You did the work to get yourself there. You don't have to go back up and like open that wound again. You're moving forward. You're moving beyond that because you healed that part of yourself and you did the work. So your angels just come in on this piece and say, my goodness, we are so incredibly proud of you. And they want you to be proud of yourself too. Number 6, the angels say this is a blank slate energy this year. I'm going to repeat that. This is a blank slate energy this year. So, what the angels showed me a lot is that as you're taking back your power, one of the things that's happening for the collective consciousness is that you could look at the lessons or the evolution of us as individuals, kind of like in a chronological order. Okay, I went through this lesson, I evolved past this. Okay, I'm going through this lesson, I've evolved past this. And every time we've gone through a lesson and we're at the end of a lesson, we're also at the beginning and the doorway is open. We're like at the threshold of a doorway to a complete new chapter of our lives. And we often don't take time to be proud of the challenge that we just went through or the lesson that we just went through. When we're in this energy, oftentimes we're very, very overwhelmed because, like, we're okay, we're so empathic. We're at the precipice of this new doorway, and there's so much energy I'm feeling, and I'm feeling all of this stuff that's going to come in over the next 5 years and everything I'm going to be doing for the next 5 years. And I haven't done any of it yet. So it just feels like, oh my goodness, I'm climbing Mount Everest again. I feel just so overwhelmed. They don't want you to feel that way. This is a blank slate energy year, and they want you to be excited about the opportunities. And one way to look at this is they want you to do three things. They want you to identify this year. Identify the personality of your soul. This isn't something that you're just going to like sit down and write out. This is unfolding to you and becoming very clear over the next year. Your soul has a personality. What is the personality of your soul? Who is your soul? You're learning that. You're getting very, very clear on that in 2023. Number two, you're really identifying the gifts, talents, and abilities of your soul. That's a big part of 2023. You're getting very clear on what your gifts are and what they're not. You're also identifying throughout 2024 really what's calling to you. So, as you're at the precipice of this doorway, there's a massive new chapter of your life. We're not always sure exactly where we want to go. Your Archangel Michael just came in and said it would be like if you got a windfall and you won the lottery, right? And you sat down with your family and you said, let's go on a trip. And you said, where do we want to go? And everybody goes, I don't know. And somebody's like, I want to go to Thailand. And somebody's like, I want to go to Australia. And somebody says, I want to go to Hawaii. And somebody says, I want to go to Alaska. How do you choose where to go? As you're standing at the precipice of this doorway, you're really looking at where you want to go over the next 3, 5, 10 years. And you're really establishing that. And that's not going to happen overnight. Like you can't just sit down and within 2 hours have it all. In order for you to really, really get clear on this, it has to marinate within you. And that marination period is 2024 itself. Okay. So you're identifying the personality of your soul. You're identifying the gifts, talents, abilities of your soul. You're identifying what calls to you. Now, friends, just a little pause and add right here. All of these things are things that I built the angel membership and the 12 new courses that we're working on in the angel membership around this particular content. the angel said, this is what we need to work on this year to get people really clear, hearing their intuition very clearly, and getting them to open up and activate abundance in all areas of their life. So I just want you to understand that the 12 courses completely tie into what we're talking about, because the angels have been saying for so long that this is what we need to be working on in 2024. The seventh thing that they had me write down is 2024 is about simplifying your life where you can. And they brought through this very specific example. I heard Jay Shetty tell this ancient Buddhist teaching this year, and they go, that's what we're talking about. And Jay said that there's this old parable of a monk who gets to a river and he can't cross the river, so he builds a canoe. And he uses the canoe to cross the river and get to the other side safely. When he gets to the other side, he's so thankful for the canoe and it saved his life that he feels that this is a tool he needs to carry with him forever. So the monk takes this canoe and travels with it everywhere on his journey. But then the monk gets to a forest and really starts climbing up this mountain with this canoe, trying to go through tightly woven trees, right? And he's having a very hard time carrying this canoe. And what Jay said is that the tools that served us before in our lives, oftentimes we feel like we got to carry those tools and use them all the time because they saved us before. But they're not always the right tools that we need in our current present reality or in the future. So your angels want you to consider and marinate all year long. Like, you should be asking this about everything. What can I simplify? What can I simplify? What can I remove? So that your angels can bring in new tools, people, experiences, opportunities into your life. Remember, abundance in all areas of your life. How do you bring in the new? You have to clear out and make space within your personal field for that new. It's the same as when you've heard spiritual teachers say, if you're looking to bring something new into your home, like clear out the old clutter. Okay, this is the same thing, but you're clearing out things that are really making space for abundance in all areas of your life. So constantly ask yourself in 2024, how can I simplify? How can I simplify? And the angels will show you through your intuition. All right. So 2024, your angels say, is like this beautiful lotus flower opening slowly all year long. And what is it opening to? This very clear direction of where you're going in this next chapter of your life. Your angels want you to get so incredibly excited about all that is to come instead of dwelling on the overwhelm. That's really natural with new beginnings. They want you excited because, friends, this next chapter is leading you to abundance, abundance, abundance in all facets of your life. Every day of 2024 will present a deeper form of clarity and an opportunity to take your power back. And in doing so, becoming more and more your soul self. That's something that the angels channeled down, and I wanted to read it verbatim. All right, so I'm going to read it again. Every day of 2024 will present a deeper form of clarity and an opportunity to take your power back. And as you do, you're becoming more and more your soul self this year. Friends, your angels want you to surrender control and trust the divine to support you, hold you, and care for you in all areas. And they say, as you do this, as you demonstrate this trust, it activates abundance and turns it on like a faucet in every facet of your life. And as you really trust that you are supported and held at all times, you really are going to see that you're moving into, and they want you to expect this. This is the word that they said expect new, heightened levels of joy. Expect to feel new, heightened levels of joy in your life. Friends, your angels say the possibilities for your life are truly limitless. Allow the guidance of your angels, guides, and loved ones, and of course, God, universe, source always to direct you. All right, friends, are you excited? Because I am so incredibly excited, and I'm so incredibly excited for you. I'm excited for you to take your power back. I'm excited for you to step into abundance in every facet of your life. I'm excited for you to really open up the floodgates to your intuition. Friends, like I said before, I created 12 new courses for the Angel membership that are all based on this to help you achieve all of this within your life this year. There are limited seats this year. Enrollment is open now. You can register for the Angel membership at theangelmedium.com. If you want to know more about what the Angel membership is, you can go back to the episode from December 18th of this year, just a couple weeks ago. And in there, it was a bonus episode, just in addition to the two other episodes that week, but I outlined everything for you there. Friends, if you can't sign up for the Angel membership, I still want you to go over to theangelmedium.com and type in your email address, name, submit it over on the homepage, or sign up, better yet, for our free 3-day Angel Fest, where we're going to give you a downloadable checklist of everything that I just talked about today so that you can very easily, with one sheet of paper, keep track and keep marinating on these things throughout the year and working with your angels on them. Friends, again, we've got Angel Fest 2024. The angels came in and said, please, Julie, create something free that everybody can participate in no matter what. So that is Angel Fest. And what it is a free 3-day conference where we're helping you open to a financial abundance. We're helping you learn how to open up your intuition, get into oneness, communicate with your loved ones on the other side, work with your angels. We're providing different healings there as well. It's not just the live events, which are recorded and you can listen to afterwards. It's also got so many just resources that the day of the event, you'll have access to everything. You'll get an email beforehand with some freebies and goodies too. There's so much here for you to take advantage of. Please, friends, if you could be an angel in my life, please help share the Angel Fest with those in your life. Join us over on Instagram, share it in your stories, share it with a friend who maybe you want to go through it with. Remember, community and partnerships, right? This is a great opportunity, your angels say, to get other people involved in your life, to learn about angels with them, to learn about intuition with them, and to have fun with them. Remember what we talked about earlier? It's going to open you up and turn on the floodgates to ideas, creativity, and abundance when you connect with others. So share Angel Fest with them and get ready to just really start the new year out right with Angel Fest in January. I love you so much. 2024 is going to be your best year yet. And if you have the checklist, you probably won't need to do this, but the angel said, feel free to listen to this episode as much as you want. It's a resource for you throughout all of 2024 so that you're really continuing to marinate on all of these different things. When you get to December of 2024, you're going to be a completely different person and just have so much more clarity and insight. You're going to be that fully bloomed lotus flower. And that's where your angels are guiding you this year. Friends, I love you so incredibly much. See you at Angel Fest 2024 and happy, happy, happy new year. Love you, friends. Bye.